That was a sudden, abrupt end. I got to work on that. Hey, Billy Riley, what's up, buddy? How you doing, pal? Uh-oh, lost him. He just bumped out of there. I don't know what happened, but that's okay. He will be back, folks. He will be back. There's no question about that. So let me see here. Tura Arsala, happy Monday from Tura. I appreciate that, buddy. And I will, don't worry, Tura, I will ask Russ. I hope that his volume is working. There he is. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
How are you, Lee?
All right. I'm doing really good, man. I'm really glad we got this show back up and running. We had to be off for a couple weeks, and we got the first show in the bag, and this is going to be a great show. We're going to have a great show.
We got a lot of good people on here. We got a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's been crazy out in the market.
How's it been? You've been around. You've been running around Main Street. You've been running around Fairfax City. What's it looking like out there, buddy?
So, I mean, everybody's doing what they can to survive. You know, you got the outside, doing what they can with half occupancy. You know, they're trying to get their insides up and running. We're going to talk to Tony about that tonight. People are creative. They're still doing strong takeout. Those places that are organized enough for that. And, it's still chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot of these we're going to have on, I think, next week or so. We're going to have the lady who puts together some of these patio setups for people, right?
Andrea Corey.
She'll be on next week.
She's been out covering all the patios and all that. I mean, that's heavy business. That's going to be heavy business for a long time. That's the new norm. Patio business outside.
Well, how is that patios looking as far as rain is concerned? If that happens, are they still going to be okay to be able to have people outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's plenty of that going on. It's going to be crazy.
Okay.
So the people that do the patio coverings and doing the work, they're going to get the business. It's going to be good, and people are still going to be skeptical, depending on the numbers, to get back inside.
Right.
All depends on what work the places have done. Do they feel safe there? You know, this mask thing is becoming a major issue. People got to wear them. Staffs are wearing them. So, you wear them when you're, in a crowd. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't either. It's no big deal,
Wear your damn mask.
It's like I heard someone saying this the other day. Billy said, we have a law that requires you wear a seatbelt.
Right. Yeah, same thing.
What the hell?
People battled that for years, though, too.
Oh, of course they did. And people still don't wear them. But you know what?
Yeah.
You're putting yourself in a real hard position if you get in an accident without your seatbelt on. I remember a state trooper telling me he said, I've never unbuckled a dead person. I've never unbuckled a dead person. So, and I'm sure that's happened. Don't get me wrong. But still, that's the main thing is that wear your seatbelts, you're going to be safer. There's no doubt. And nowadays with all the airbags and all that stuff, man, now safety is just incredible in cars. But that's the same kind of idea. You need to, if you're going to be safe, you need to wear your mask, and it's not that inconvenient. It's really not that inconvenient. People can talk to you. My only thing is, when are they going to start having a rash of robberies because people are wearing masks and they don't recognize?
I'm surprised that's not even occurring.
I know.
That's not. They
don't
got
get any ideas out there.
They got the green light now. You got to wear masks.
I know. You got to wear them. And
who knows?
I know before all this happened, I've been working. I had to wear my mask for a long time, and the mask, I was wearing it long before the pandemic started. I'm wearing it down into Dave & Buster's over in Springfield Mall. And I walk in, and the manager walks up to me. He goes, "You got to take the mask off." And I said, "I can't take the mask off. Not in this group."
Right.
I said, "I just had surgery." He goes, "Oh, okay, no problem."
The same people that said about the mask.
Put on a mask.
You have to keep your mask on.
Yeah. Yeah. You get approached when you walk into the store, and they go, put a mask on, And it's just kind of gone the other way around, So it's been kind of interesting.
Well, so there's that. There's the cleaning. There's the walk behind, wipe sanitizing. There's the don't touch the plates. Are they using glass plates? Are they using throwaways because they don't want to do the washing yet? You know what? I mean, the rules change weekly.
Right.
And some people are way ahead of the rules, and some people aren't.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's been crazy. So
yeah. And we're going to have Russ McIntosh on later. He's actually sitting in the green room right now.
nice.
And he'll be able to tell us what they're doing, as far as at the Patriots Bar and Grill,
Right.
to see what are they doing. Are they using...
That is certainly his hangout. I think the dude's got a cot in the back. So,
yeah, very well may.
If he's not at work, he's there. So
right.
I mean, I don't know if they make him pay anything. They shouldn't. The dude's there all the time. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all good.
Right.
That is Fairfax Spot. I mean, that's the new joint.
Yeah, it is the joint, man. It's really cool.
Right.
And by the way, I'm going to make sure I have to ask him. Tora Arsala told me, is karaoke back in full effect? So we'll have to talk about that.
I don't think it is, but
I don't think so.
We ask him the right questions.
Not unless you want to sing with a mask on. So because
what does Tora sing anyway?
Well, he sings one song. He sings Katy Perry, man. He's a Katy Perry fan. He always wants to sing Katy Perry Firework or something. I don't know.
Sake.
He loves
so much work. I got so much work to do with that dude.
I know. We do. We both do. We have a lot of work to do with. We got to bring that guy up right,
It's okay.
But so the other question I wanted to ask you before we got to Tony, which is going to be here momentarily, was what did you think of today's show? We had on the guy who's the president of the NCAA.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think that what you're doing with the More Encouraged is fabulous. It's a hot pocket topic. It's going to be around for a long time. I like that the major changes are being made and that certain things are happening. But there's
a long way to go still, and to make it normal.
You keep it right at 4:30 because we'll be on the air for 4 hours if it gets into our format.
That's well, all right. Well, we got to be done by 8, bro. So let's bring Tony on. Let's have him come on here and talk with us. Let me flip that around and bring in Tony Anzelone, ladies.
There he is.
Now, let me ask you, Tony: is it Anzelone or is it Anzelone?
How you doing, Lee?
Good, man.
Anzelone.
It's Anzelone.
Right.
Okay, Anzelone. That's what I thought. It should be.
Yep.
It should be the way it's spelled, but that doesn't mean it's your name. So you might pronounce it any way you want,
But you got to ask him is what part of the
yeah. As long as you're talking to me, I'll take either one of them.
All right, that sounds good. Hey, Tony. So I understand you work with the carpet cleaning business and Bianchi. And right now, though, the big thing is you're helping out the bars and restaurants and stuff by doing a microbial fogging. Why don't you tell me about what is microbial fogging and how necessary is it for these restaurants to really try and look into doing that?
Sure. There are a number of products that are approved by the EPA that kill SARS-CoV-2. Okay. And SARS-CoV-2 is what causes COVID-19. And everybody knows that.
Right.
So what the benefits are is it's actually a live antimicrobial spray that stays on the surfaces on your property for up to 90 days. Okay. And the benefit to having something like that as opposed to an ammonia-based or a peroxide-based or a bleach-based spray is the longevity of the application. Okay. And the benefits for fogging is you're getting in every nook and cranny and you're spraying the entire facility down. And we've seen a lot of people going out there that are wiping down surfaces with bleach and with ammonia products and hydrogen peroxide products. And that's fine. That's a short-term solution.
Right.
The longer-term solution is one of these EPA recommended products for long-term solutions to SARS-CoV-2 and indirectly COVID-19. And that's what we've been doing for a while. It's very, very successful. Very, very successful. And gyms, churches, and bars really, really benefit more than anybody else with these applications.
Right. And they can post right after you've done it. And do you have a sign that businesses can put in their window saying this business has been microbial fogged or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Lee, honestly, there's two parts to the solution. There's getting it actually done and having that solved, the problem solved, and then there's also telling the clients and the customers that, these things have been done to protect their well-being and be safe
Right.
you can be for them. There's an old saying, doing business without marketing is like winking at a girl in the dark. You're doing it, but nobody else does.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're having these products, if you're having these properties fogged and you're not telling anybody about it, then nobody's coming in anyway. So
That's
we
right.
provide signs that you put in windows that can tell your parishioners, can tell
Right.
your gym members, can tell clients and your people coming on in
Your
that,
customers,
hey,
right?
we've done everything we can to make this the safest environment possible for you.
Exactly.
Boom.
So let
That's
me
it.
ask. Yeah, go ahead, Billy.
That's it. I mean, he nailed it on the head. I mean, people that are eating outside, which we just discussed, there's a safety factor in the breeze. Great. I can't catch it outside. It'll blow by. It'll be okay.
Typically.
And then even the government,
Right.
And the standards are saying we've got a problem inside.
Yeah.
That's where 96% of the people are catching this. Somewhere that there's not circular air, HEPA systems, anything that can catch some of this junk. So people that are going to be going back inside places, that's where the concerns are.
Mhm.
And you got to take every effort you can. And that's why my business, Shamrock, grabbed on and Tony found me. We were a natural tie. I mean, we talk every day. What's the next part? Who are we
Sure.
reaching? What are we doing? Have we gotten everybody? I mean, the message is out there, and we've had a ton of response, and we're not booking as fast as we can. And unfortunately, it's going to be this. Damn, that place, somebody caught it, staff had it, whatever. The unfortunate side is that's 2 weeks. You are shut down, and you have to put a scarlet letter in your door that says we are closed down for the junk. So we're not trying to scare anybody. We are offering a family service that's been involved for 60 years out of Manassas, cleaning carpets, his father toiling away, passing it to his son. He's got his sons in there. Shamrock Solutions couldn't be prouder than to have this guy out in the field. I mean, this isn't something to go do. Serious fucking business that this guy is killing out there. And we're proud of the places that brought us in. Billy Martin's Tavern, Zandra's, all 3 locations. A bunch of places that we're going to start listing, for safety. So go ahead, Tony.
Well, Tony, let me ask you a question. Real quick, go ahead, Tony.
Sure.
He's waiting on you, Lee.
Okay.
Well, what I was going to say, about 70% of the people that we've done so far have had a positive test.
That's right.
And it's triggered them saying, whoa, we need positive steps forward to make sure our people are safe. I did a direct mail facility where they called me at 8 a.m. and said, we don't want to lose our 5 o'clock shift.
Right.
They're not coming back in here unless something is done. And I was there in an hour and 45 minutes fogging.
Right on. Yep. I mean, I couldn't be happier with this guy, Lee.
Go ahead, Lee.
Go ahead.
All right. So what I wanted to ask you, Tony, was when you do this microbial fogging, let's say in a restaurant situation, do you then have to, wherever the food prep is, you have to wipe that down after you do this microbial fogging? I would suggest that maybe you
do not.
You do not. Okay.
No, you do not.
Explain the difference.
You do not. And as a matter of fact, it really doesn't.
Explain the difference between chemical.
Well, it really doesn't matter whether you wipe it down or not. It's beneficial to not wipe it down.
Okay.
Because we're literally talking about a live bacteria, and this is a live bacteria that lives on the surfaces and lives on the property that eats malodorous microorganisms.
Boom.
So leave everything alone. People just to leave it alone and let it live.
Right.
That's what it's out there. That's what it's there to do.
So I guess my next question is, when you have this, when a place of business, whether it be a gym, whether it be a restaurant, or whether it be the other one that you said is the main ones, what exactly, how long before they have to do it again?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear the question.
How long between applications?
Between applications, how long do you have to wait? In other words, you get it done. Yeah.
I normally tell people that when I go in to fog an area, I would like it left alone so it can settle for about 60 minutes. Okay.
Right.
And according to the EPA, not me, according to the EPA, this application lasts for 90 days.
Is that what you would recommend, Tony, or do you recommend, say, 60 days?
I recommend staying out and letting the fog do its thing for about an hour before re-entering the property.
Sure.
And then I say, call me back every 90 days. Just what
90.
I only go by what the EPA says.
Sure.
I trust the studies and the tests that they've done way more than I trust myself.
Right.
I've been fogging for over 30 years. So
wow.
my rule of thumb is listen to the EPA and all the tests that they've done. When they actually start going through an approval process, it takes at least 2 years for the EPA to approve a product. So they have obviously done their homework a hell of a lot better than I can do that homework. So I pull up the EPA reference number for every product I use, and I download the PDF version of that product's definition and its test results. And and sometimes that's a half a page, and sometimes it's 8 pages. Okay, so I listen to everything that EPA tells me, and they tell me, from what I know right now, they tell me let it sit for an hour, and they tell me get it done every 90 days.
Every 90 days.
And I'm going to go with what they tell me to do, because they know better than I do.
Right. Yeah. No question about that.
So the reality, Lee, and following up what Tony is saying, is that you're already busy outside at 50%. So therefore, if you have 20 tables, 10 could be in operation. That's not going anywhere. That hasn't changed even at level 3.
Right.
So now what you can do is you can have 50% of the people inside now. And there's some bar seating. That's still going to be at 25 to 30% occupancy at best, because people are just not going to come inside. Right. So the best case scenario, I got a buddy named CJ Cross. He's got a place in Arlington, Fairlington type thing, that he does, a really good business. He's been on top of videos, training videos for his staff and everything. Yeah. And he still called and said, what are your thoughts? And I was like, what does it hurt? I mean, what does it hurt? If you're busy and your local crowd is still coming in and you're doing that, then okay. If you've got faith in that. But if you're counting on the general public, and you're counting on new clients, and you want to grow your business and you want to do that, they're not coming in. They're not coming in. Even with the fogging, they may still not. I know people not going out at all this year. So you got to do everything you could possibly do to benefit your staff and the public coming in, period. That's it. And you know what? We're hitting our numbers every month. He calls me halfway through the month every time.
Yeah, and Lee.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, Lee, if I can add one other thing.
Sure.
Billy was talking about 25% capacity, 50% capacity, whatever. If you, and this happened already down in Texas, okay? They opened up to a 25 to 50% capacity, and you get a positive test in that bar, guess what?
Yes, sir.
You're done.
That's right.
You're shut down. Okay, so you're dealing with restaurants, You're dealing with restaurants and you're dealing with bars that haven't been in business in 3 months. Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
they're struggling to make ends meet. And when they're finally given a bone to chew on, a 25 or a 50% capacity, okay, and the week that they're open, they test positive, one positive test, and they're done for another 3 months. Okay, you might as well call a lawyer and file bankruptcy.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Okay.
we're not. This isn't.
And you only have yourself to blame because you haven't taken those steps taken to be as safe as you can possibly be.
Yeah.
When you opened up at that 25 to 50% capacity, depending on what state you're in.
And we've got, listen, we're not the only game in town. Bianchi Carpets isn't that. But I can tell you what they are doing. These other companies are 60 cents, 75 cents. I do my work. They're out there running the table for the fear factor and charging people triple cost. I get a call from this guy halfway through the month saying, hey, we've done a good month so far. Call your people and cut it down 10, 15, 20 cents a square foot. At those prices, and you're not doing it, you know what? If something happens to you, we can't help you. It's there. We publicize it. We come in. This guy works his ass off, open to close every day, plus his own carpet business, plus things he's got. And he says, Billy, if they need me, I'll go work 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night and go do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a commitment between Bianchi Carpets, their reputation, Shamrock Solutions, and our contacts and the things we're doing. Everybody knows about us. If they want us, we'll be there. We'll offer the service. We'll give you a really fair rate. You put that giant green sign in the window, and people have a sense of security. Period.
I agree. Yep.
That's it.
All right. That's great. So Tony,
Lee. Yeah, Lee. One real good. I'm sorry, Lee. I apologize. One real good point that I'll make about that is I've been in this business for 30 plus years. Okay. My dad started my business in 1973. We've been doing this for a very long time. We know everybody in this business nationwide. And I'm dead serious when I tell you that. I was talking to a guy on Sunday who is fogging in Virginia Beach, and he is charging 45 cents a square foot. Okay. I did 6,000 square feet in Vienna last night. I'm charging 10 cents a square foot.
Right.
Wow.
Well, that's only because we're making numbers and we're committed to the safety. It's not so much, hey, listen, at 10 cents a square foot, that's coming out of my pocket too. Trust me. And that's not the issue. We want people to be safe.
Sure.
Right. I want people, this is about the safety of people that I do business with too. I wish every one of my clients would jump on here and say, come give me an estimate. We need, I want to make sure that everybody's safe. All it takes is that one person who doesn't even know they got it to give it to somebody at your place, and the word gets out they got it at your joint.
You're done.
Turn off the light.
The other thing that I'm seeing that I know that one of the reasons why Shamrock and Tony are doing what they're doing is because we also have to remember a lot of these businesses, and you guys already know this, but there's a lot of these businesses that are just making their margin, and in fact, mostly not making their margin.
Why do you think
he still need to do that? That's exactly why he's doing it.
Why do you think he just said 10 cents a square foot?
Exactly.
That's okay. Hey, I got to get dressed. I already been doing carpets all day. I got a beautiful girlfriend that is patient with my time. I got kids to raise. I got things going on. But guess what? Let's still go out there and make sure this is happening.
Yeah.
End of story. It's Bianchi Carpets.
Yeah, and Lee. Yeah, and Lee, I've been doing this for 30 years, and my family has a name on the side of the truck that we're very proud of. And I have never once in my life gone out and hit somebody over the head for money. Never in my life. Never occurs to me to do it. I give a fair price. I have a lot of this product in my garage, and I know what my time is worth, and I know what price gouging is too.
Yeah,
and I'm not that guy.
Right.
Nah, there's no reason to be that guy. And it always comes around to bite your butt. Well, I know that too, but it always comes around. You got to be aware of the community you're in, and you need to be a service industry, and that's what you guys are. Is you're a service industry, and service means you're being
Absolutely.
served. So, that's something that's really, really cool about what you're doing, Tony. I appreciate everything you're doing. Is there anything else that you would like to impart to the various people that need to probably look at real hard at doing this?
I would tell people that it is a heck of a lot cheaper than you think it would be to have done. And I would also that if you don't think it's a priority in your reopening plan, you are sadly mistaken. If you just think that you can give your waiters and waitresses, if you think you can give your waiters and waitresses a bunch of bleach bottles and paper towels and say go to work, I'm sorry, but you have missed the boat. And I'm willing to work with anybody simply because I want to see reopenings and I want to see negative tests. Everything's fine. I want to see that. I want to be able to go out and eat dinner at a bar just like everybody else. But if you think that you're going to get away with it, if you think you're going to get away with it on the cheap, just by doing the bare minimum you can to have people walk in, I'm sorry, that's not the reality. And you've got to take these steps. Every step needs to be taken, or you're just going to get lost with the crowd. You're just going to get lost.
And at some point, the Shamrock, who represents many restaurants and bars, or has affiliations with many restaurant and bars in the metro area, not just Virginia, not just Nova Nation, but DC and everywhere else. I'll tell you what, that green sign in your door, Billy Martin, very famous restaurant in Washington, D.C. He'll tell you that people see it. It's a comfort. They go in, and he knows he's safe, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Same with all the Xandras, all three of the Xandras.
Yeah, peace of mind, Lee.
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
Absolutely. And at some point, we're going to start promoting those.
Well, last question I got for you, Tony. I want to know this. You fog the place. Now, you've killed all the bacteria and or the COVID-2 virus, whatever it is that starting this whole mess. My question is, if someone comes into the restaurant after that's positive, are they going to? Is that something that's going to be a danger, or does this fogging also keep what they are expelling from growing on the surfaces?
No, if they walk on in with a SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19 situation, they're going to walk out of there with SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19.
Sure.
But they're not giving it to anybody else in that facility.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure.
And hold on. I want to be real safe in saying these things legally. Okay. The EPA has these products registered as a 5. They have this registered as a 5.9. Okay. So when I say everything's okay, I mean 99.999.
Right. No, I understand that.
Not 100%. I can't say 100%, but I can say what the EPA says. 99.999. That's
right. Yeah, no problem, man. I'll tell you what, that's good stuff. Tony, thank you so much for being on the program tonight.
Nova Nation, strong, bro.
And we will definitely have you back on the program to talk more about this another time, just to refresh people's memories about what they need to do. So thank you, Tony Anzelone and Bianchi Carpets. Thank you guys for being on the program tonight.
Thank you, brother.
Lee, it was a pleasure, dude. Love to do it again, man.
We'll do.
Friend. We'll see y'all. See you, Billy.
All right, Tony. I'll talk to you soon. He's the man, bro.
He is the man. I tell you what. I don't know where we were going to have Danielle on daily. I have not heard from her, but I got Russ standing by.
I have heard from her. You go to Russ. I'm going to pop off for about 5 minutes. So you just entertain Russ. I'll jump back in.
Entertain. I will entertain Russ. No problem. There he is. Russ, how are you, man?
Hey, Bill. Hey, how's it going, Lee?
I can hear you good, man.
All right, great.
He's got a radio voice, doesn't he?
He does. As a matter of fact,
I'm using my phone instead of my laptop, so that's a big difference.
That is a big difference. So
I know, that's what I did too.
Yeah, he got his headphones. All right, Billy, go find it.
All right, Russ, I got to jump off for 5. I'll come back. I got a bunch of questions. Dude, you're a complete rock star, bro, and we're so glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, no
Sounds
doubt
good.
about it.
Thank you.
All right. So, Russ, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Things started picking up after within the last 2 weeks when we went to a phase 2.
Right.
Businesses started coming around, so it's looking positive.
Now, are you the
There's an
manager
outlook out there.
and owner of Patriots Bar and Grill?
No, sir. I am just the media representative.
Okay, that's cool.
I help. Yeah, I helped them redesign their new logo and the brand that they have at this new place. I helped integrate them into the community and brought a lot of businesses in there to show that it's much more of a new establishment, a new location, a new livelihood with Patriots than what people used to think of them.
And that was you did that about a year ago, right? Or more?
Yeah, we just came up on the year anniversary.
Yeah, because we used to go to Patriot years ago, it was a cool place, but it was kind of dark, kind of dingy. I mean, I don't want to say dingy, but I don't know. The regulars came. Well, you know what it was? They had a good regulars, had a good group of regulars, but they didn't have new people coming in all the time. And I've noticed since then, about a year ago or so, I did go in, and it looks like you got a young crowd, a nice crowd, an exuberant crowd. So that was
there's
different.
a good lunchtime rush.
Well,
they're doing really good.
You're in a good office building.
The Mosby is really great.
Yeah,
the location is really good, being next to Fairfax City and the courthouse and the lawyers.
The lawyers, right? They get to come running in there. There's a couple different places around there that the lawyers really hit, but Patriots being one of those. And I guess there's also law offices there in the Mosby building, I'm guessing.
Oh, there is.
Well.
Yeah,
sure.
One of my other many hats that I wear is I'm also the chief ambassador for the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce here in Fairfax City. So I go around and introduce myself and introduce the chamber to businesses in the area and tell them all the great things that being a chamber member has for the businesses and the community at large.
That's cool. Well, Tura just popped in and said, "I'm a regular. I love that favorite. That bar is my favorite." So
it's a great place.
He's a good mouthpiece for you. You gotta do what he's a guy that can bring the people in. He's been doing great for our show. He's my scheduler for our Be Encouraged show in the mornings and in the afternoons. But he can't talk highly enough about you guys. So tell me what you guys have been. You've been doing some community stuff, feeding people and doing that kind of outreach stuff. Will you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So with Patriots, there's been a lot of the owners basically came in and started helping to prep for food donations to different businesses because a lot of the food's still there in the kitchen. And so out of the blue, this one lady, Jean Bebo, had contacted Bridget on March 31st saying, "Is there anything I can do to help you guys and also give back to the hospitals and the different departments in the area?" And it was just out of the blue, and Bridget was like, "Yeah, that would be great. We'd love to help out." So they got several hundred boxes together for the hospital. And then from that, Jean was like, "Well, if you're interested, there's other places that might be interested in having donations too." And so from Jean, Bridget and the rest of the Patriot staff was able to help out several different places. The Fairfax City Police Department, the county, the fire department, also Fair Oaks helped out the hospital there. Fairfax, Fair Oaks, and Reston helped out those locations. Also, the city of Fairfax itself donated twice to have Patriots provide food for the essential line and the people on the front.
Yeah, you gotta give. Go ahead.
Yeah, and even Fairfax County Health Department called and ordered food from Patriots several times. So, if the county health department is trusting their employees with the food,
that's right.
It's really good.
Now, were you listening to Tony Anzelone? Have you done anything like that at Patriot? Done any fogging?
Actually, yeah, that's why they're closed on Mondays. Because it's the weekly time to bomb. There's one that's a bomb, one a clean. I'm not sure the schedule, but every Every night they close around 9 o'clock, and they do a large cleaning, and then on the end of the week they also do a large bombing or fogging of some aspect too. So they close the restaurant down for that for one day to make sure everything's nice and clean and healthy for everybody.
Right. Well, one of the things that one of my, it's tour, of course. Are you guys going to be starting to do karaoke, or is that something that's
no? That's still a little too far off. Just because it's close proximity. Yeah. I have several friends that do DJ karaoke work, and even they're hesitant about doing karaoke. They'll do DJ work, but they won't let numerous people using the microphones. It's not health conscious right now.
I have a buddy of mine that's telling people they have to bring in. There's apparently a microphone covers that you can go buy or something, or he tried a couple of shows and not happening.
Yeah. It's important that we stay safe, and I know people are talking about, Billy and I talked about this at the beginning of the program, how people are, they're acting like they're annoyed and they're being, it feels like, that people are making us do stuff we don't want to do. But
it's not for my health, it's for my friends' health.
That's what I'm saying.
I have friends that are a little old, are elderly. I have friends that have young infants, and it's those groups that I worry about, that I don't want to have them infected.
Question.
It's not so much the people coming out. Those people obviously don't have any issues. It's the people that are going to go be around after they're out. Like
this weekend, they go see grandma.
Yeah, perfect example. Look at the baseball player for the Nationals today. The heart and soul of the Nationals decided today he's not coming back for those 60 games. He's got a wife with multiple sclerosis. He's got a compromised child, and he just not coming back. So
who is that player?
What's his name? I don't know. His name escapes me for a quick second.
It's okay.
I'll come back with it. But it's Ryan. What's his face?
Ryan Zimmerman. Yeah,
that's right. Correct.
Okay.
So Zimmerman, but the same thing. Russ and I agree completely. People are like Patriots. Perfect example. Mm-hmm. They are the local bar. They are. Other than Firehouse number 3, they're the place in Fairfax City.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to go if you're a Fairfax City regular. What you've done. So guess what? Mm-hmm. They're going to be fine. But it's the brand new people that drive by and say, "What's that place all about?" And then the wife goes, "I'm not going inside anywhere. I'm going to stay on the deck." And then it all turns back into what we all discussed with Tony and what's happening.
Well, Patriots got a really nice outdoor eating area. You guys have a pretty good size.
It's a nice deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really nice. And every table has its own sanitizer and its own cleaning, wipe down rags and everything.
Right.
So it's, as soon as somebody gets up, it's being sprayed down instantly. They've got a great system in place for their cleanliness over there.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm very happy to hear that. How does phase 3 going to affect you guys on Wednesday? What have you put into place? What's the plan for phase 3 with Patriots?
Well, phase 3 is just going to be same as it has been. It's still the limited seating. Yeah, it's going to go up slightly, but the occupancy is still going to be the limited seating situation. Bridget is very adamant about it. She wants everybody to be healthy, and so if you go in there, everything is definitely sectioned off, and you're not allowed in a certain area, and only a certain group of people. They are very strict and adamant about that, and that's one of the great things. And I don't see that changing, even though there's a small percentage that is being increased of indoor population. They're still going to be very strict about that as well.
And they should be. We need to just take care of each other. This is the thing. We want to be able to provide people a chance to get out of the house, go have a good dinner that's safe. That they're not going to be right up next to somebody else.
Right.
Which is what I'm all about anyway. Back in the day, before all this pandemic thing, I used to drive me nuts when you go into a restaurant, especially in the off hours of the restaurant, and there's nobody really seated around the 3:30 hour, that kind of thing. No one really there. but the three people are there. They seat all three next to each other, and they used to drive me crazy. I'm like, put me over there somewhere. I don't need to hear.
I don't
their
need to be in their
conversation.
conversation. Exactly.
It used to drive me nuts. And I just spoke up, and they go, "Oh, okay." They never had a problem with it. The restaurant, the hostess or whoever it was, they just never considered, because they want to make it easy for them. Well, that means my waitress only has to hit 3 tables right together.
Right.
But,
she doesn't have to walk 10 feet across the restaurant.
Exactly. All right. So what else is going on? Oh, sorry.
And adding into what Russ is saying, here are the numbers. 20% of the entire country is not going out anymore. They're not.
Yeah.
They're just not going out. Compromised, safety reasons, whatever. 17% of the people that are going out are eating outside only.
Yeah.
That's it. Deck only. Another 12% won't even do takeout. There are 12% of this country's population. Okay? That's a lot of people that won't even trust the servers that are touching food that they don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be on top of your game daily.
Yeah.
Some places went into phase 3 weeks ago. Some places are using China somewhere. Some people are using throwaways and are dead serious about condiments. No salt and pepper shakers, no ketchup. So I'm okay with it all.
Yeah.
And listen, nobody eats out more than Russ and I. I mean, he and I are out daily. Okay. I mean, that's what we do. If I don't run into him, he runs into me, and we see each other in our own city. And I got 7 other cities I cover. So does he. So I see it all.
Yeah.
I've seen the utmost of precaution. Waiters that come up with their tray and they won't touch what's on the tray. You got to pick. You got to pick stuff off the tray.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to touch.
That's a good thing.
So.
I know this. I know this, that I went today, for instance, lunch at Dickie's Barbecue in Fairfax.
Right.
And the guy who owns that place, he's awesome. He's the owner, and he's there all the time. He's the one cutting the meat and all that kind of thing. But they are adamant about they don't have, they don't have salt. They don't have packages of anything. The only thing they have out is Coke, their cup tops and straws, which are, of course, in plastic. That's the only thing that's out, because their barbecue they keep behind. It used to be self-serve. They also have the little package. They have the little package of fork, knife, and spoon with salt and pepper in it, and a napkin. And that just goes.
Self-serve and buffet, gone forever.
Gone. Yeah.
History.
Yeah. Buffet
joints, closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never. That will never come back. Not even with sneeze guards and everything else. I mean, it's for the business that I chose to be in, it's the roughest time for these people ever. And the people like Patriots, Coyote Grill in my city, Russell City, our city, Coyote Grill, Ornery, these Hamrocks, these people got organized right from the beginning. They figured out the carryout was going to be the key. And they went into all the safety standards in April. And you know what? They're having busiest months as they would if they were regularly open. Yeah. Now, maybe not Ornery, but he's coming around. But Patriots survived on a lot of takeout loyalty, as did Coyote. And
that entire time, Patriots, there was just the owners working. There was no employees. People weren't getting paid. So everybody,
Amanda, and those guys, they were in there working their ass off. I mean, the whole city knows it. And those are people that you want to get behind and support. That's why those guys are where they're at. It's a great place. And I hold my contest there. I can't wait to do it again. And it was a huge success. And I think the world of them all. And Russ has got a great relationship with them. He does his art shows there and community effort, fundraising. It's a big deal. So couldn't be prouder than to have you on the show, man.
Yeah. And every month, before the COVID, I hosted the middle of the month, middle of the week, middle of the day Fairfax business meetup at Patriots Pub and Grill. So whatever Wednesday was closest to the 15th at 12 o'clock, would meet at Patriots and would have somebody from the city.
People.
Yeah, 18, 20 people. Yeah, easy.
It was really starting to grow, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But because of this COVID, I just asked on LinkedIn just the other day, when do you think it would be safe to have the Fairfax business meeting in person again? Would you think phase 3? Would you think maybe in August 12th, maybe even 2021? And a lot of people were voting, and they voted maybe more in August 12th. Let's see what happens with phase 3 first, and then go from there.
See, people are like, I'm on 5 Zooms a day, and I'm on this meeting and that meeting, and I'm getting ready to pivot Shamrock Solutions to some Facebook training and social networking through that, and some bar classes. I'm getting to pivot. You have to, but the reality is, people want to see people.
Yeah,
people want daily people stuff. And listen, I'm going to say this for the record: if you're sick, if you have compromise, if you've got asthma, or you got, autoimmune, or you're over 60, or you're, you know what? Stay home.
Stay the hell home.
For God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
We're asking you to stay home. But that's not 95% of the world.
No.
Okay?
No.
And the problem with the people that are healthy is you need to conform. You need to wear the mask. You need to protect the people that are, or that are scared to be.
Right.
Yep.
So all this mask stuff makes me nuts. You know what? If you don't want to wear a mask, stay home.
Stay home. Exactly.
Get takeout.
Don't go in the stores.
Go to a park, because you put other people in danger.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I'm all over that part too. So, you know what? It's guys like Russ and I, his business, he had to pivot. He had to be involved and stay out there and figure out what's going on. And he's a guru marketing guy. So all of our clients are scrambling too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to figure out what's next. Making people calling me every day. I mean, it's amazing. People don't get it. I'm glad that what I'm so glad is all my friends in the trade industry, all my electricians and all my plumber friends and all my people that build decks and all my people that do landscaping and my buddy Bob Say at BJ Pool and Spa, busier than I've ever been. Banner year, because people are doing home improvement projects.
Yeah, exactly.
Roofing, all that. That was not any of the industries I chose to go into, and mine is scrambling. So I've got to figure out how I can be of service to my clients and what makes it different during the process, and how we do it safely. And yet, these guys are hand to mouth right now. And
that's right.
Coming up with great ideas are guys like Russ. That's what he does. And creating, new programs and creating graphics for them and an aura around this. So now it's creating an aura around health and still keeping the public persona and the bar scene alive.
Yeah. And that's important. I mean, that's one of the places for people to be. People they want to get out and see people more, and you don't have to be right next to them in a packed bar. You can be sitting across the table from each other and having a great conversation.
I'm single, so I love all these dating sites and I love all this stuff. There's nothing better than walking into a place, grabbing a drink and looking across a couple tables over and going, "That's what I'm talking about. How you doing, babe? Good seeing you." Yeah, nothing beats that, right, Russ?
I've got a wife for 10 years. I can't say much.
I know. You know what I'm talking about. And you know what the bar scene's about. So.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. All right. Oh, man, Billy, one track mind, brother. One track mind, that's for sure.
and Patriots Pub, it's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk.
Oh, yeah. So much fun. People are happy. Everybody's fun. Everybody's always smiling. The staff's got nothing but smiles on their face. They've been a community star. They're out there rocking the food, rocking it out, and people like Russ and his business support them. People like, Shannon Daniels, city manager, city person for the downtown district, supports them. I support. I mean, just good people. So proud to have you on tonight, bro.
Yeah. Dude.
No, thank you, Billy.
Russ, great having you on. One of these days we're going to start when all this gets under control, we're going to start venturing out and doing our show from location.
Right.
So we'll definitely have to
Count
make
on that.
Patreon
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the first ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a
Definitely
special room just for it.
Right
Yeah,
off
All
the
right.
there's a
bat, we
special
want to be there.
room there.
Well, and we want to get out also. One of the other things that we're producing right now is some flyers and things for people that we can put at the bars
That's right.
and restaurants so that people know that this is going to be the place where people can come to know about what special events are happening, what's going on, what bars are getting their what specials, all those
design
things.
up some tabletops.
Hot products. We're going to be doing all that. Nova Nation. This is going to be the go-to show. Probably move to twice a week eventually. We have big plans, Russ, and we're glad to have you on right at the beginning and what we're trying to do. And you know, we're going to have owners on. We want them to talk about their places and what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the epitome of information time. You know, where you get your information is going to matter. Who's doing what, how they're doing it, and you know, propping up the people in my business directly. I came to this idea with Lee, you know, 4 months ago. We kicked it around, trying to find the right people to back on here, trying to find the right people with the right you know, amenities for us also, and then you know, make a business out of it. So the Nova Nation is going to be a big deal, and you know, we're proud you're here to help us get launched, and couldn't be even more prouder than to talk about Patriots, because they're definitely going to be a featured spot that we're going to do and host our show and have people at it, and it's going to be fun. You know?
Oh yeah,
totally.
Great place.
Russ, thank you so much for being on the program, bro.
Right on, bro.
Thanks,
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. We'll have you back on for sure. We'll talk more about what's going on in the community. Keep up the good work out there. I know you guys.
I didn't even get a chance to talk about the chamber or anything else.
No, we'll have you back on, bro.
Okay, you got a couple.
Oh, it's all good.
Go
oh well, I just want to mention that the Central Fairfax Chamber. If you become a member, we're getting ready to roll out a telemedicine program that's going to be very affordable. That instead of having to pay to go see a doctor live in person, there's going to be this telemedicine that's going to be breaking in probably the end of this week. That more information is going to be coming out. But we discussed that pretty recently, and it's a great benefit for all of our members. And then we're also selling. We're helping out with the Lamb Center, the organization here locally, selling Love Fairfax masks. All the proceeds from that go directly to the Lamb Center and helps them out. We were lucky enough that an anonymous donor paid for all the costs for these to be produced. So every dollar that is made from these masks goes to the Lamb Center.
That's awesome.
It's a great cause.
Hey, Russ, tag my Shamrock site on that, and I'll make sure to put that out on my page. Get all my people seeing that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, so I just want to help spread that's more good news.
Jennifer for me.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much, Russ. I appreciate it. We'll definitely talk more. Have you back on another time.
Thanks, Lee.
All right, buddy.
All right,
thanks
you have a good one.
Appreciate it. You too, sir.
Awesome.
All right, Billy. That's it, man. We're about done.
Guy.
We're about the end of the program.
I'm getting some hits from Danielle, so we'll make sure and square her up for next week.
Love it.
Miss Maria is going to be on next week too. So
oh, okay.
The double dating hit.
There you go.
Be fun. Corey Brim has been chiming in. We're going to get him on.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely want to get
what he's
Corey
doing.
On. Yeah.
What he's doing to make it through, and then we're going to start. Then we're going to start our tour of the bars, their owners, what they're doing, what's going on.
I can't wait, dude.
Yeah,
That's going to be fun stuff.
So excited to be a part of all that. So.
Did you see? Let's do some shout outs here. Dana Everest. Ernest Strom.
That's the dude, man. That is Kenny Chesney's #1 guy in the Northeast.
Really?
Travels, Blue Chair Bay Rum. Great guy.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We need to talk to him about next time Kenny's in town, baby. I want to go.
I saw Kevin's post on my black mustache. He knows where that comes from.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin Spill.
Yeah, he'll be on the show soon. He's a piece of work.
I can't wait to have him either, because I just got to get all kinds of good background on you, buddy.
Oh my God, that's the whole show. Dude, I'll have to sit there with a steak over my eye. These guys are going to be pounding on me. We've got Jody Taylor lined up. We'll talk to Brian Wesley from Rebellion, one of the top whiskey bars in the country. He's got 4 of them, getting ready to open up a 5th. We'll talk to our guy Kevin.
Oh, that was a slip. Getting ready to open a 5th.
There you go. God, it was a good one. We got Kevin Bednar's rock star social media guy from the Ashburn and Percival pub. Does his artwork is going through the roof. Owns a comic book store. He's a modern day Renaissance guy.
Also, Kelly Gunderson. We need to have her back.
Kelly Gunderson, we'll get around to getting her back on. She had some family issues, and then the magazine issue caught her. So we'll get her on, and we've got a story coming out in her magazine.
Cool.
So that'll be good, and we're tapping in some big names, man. We're excited to have it.
Awesome. All right, man. Let's wrap it up. Let's roll out, and I'm going to thank you again, buddy, for being with me, being my partner.
Nova Nation, baby.
Oh, amen, brother. Nova Nation. Yes, sir. Take care. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned, or don't stay tuned to this station. Well, whatever. We're going to have the next shows coming on here momentarily, and we hope that you join us with Trivia Extravaganza. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Nova Nation. I'm Lee Bailey. That was Billy Riley, and we loved having you on and listening. We appreciate you.